Have you ever wondered how much you could achieve if you made every second count? That's the power of now, the ability to harness each twinkling moment, transforming it into a stepping stone towards personal and professional success. Imagine if we treated time like the precious commodity it truly is. After all, it's the one resource we can't replenish, making it arguably more valuable than gold or diamonds. Yet we often squander it, allowing seconds to slip through our fingers like grains of sand. The power of now is a concept that encourages us to flip the script, to recognize the worth of each passing moment. It's about understanding that the present, this very moment as you're listening to this, is all we truly have. Yesterday is a memory, tomorrow a mystery. But today is a gift, hence why we call it the present. The power of now is not about rushing to get things done, ticking off items on a never-ending to-do list. It's not about cramming every moment with tasks or activities. Instead, it's about being fully engaged, fully present in whatever we are doing at any given moment. It's about pouring our entire focus, our whole being, into the now. Whether we're working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or simply taking a moment to breathe and be. You see, by focusing on the here and now, we can lead more fulfilled and productive lives. We can experience life more deeply, appreciate the beauty around us, and create more meaningful connections with others. Plus, we can achieve our goals more effectively, because we're not distracted by what was or what could be. So, the question is not what you would do if you had more time, but rather, what are you doing with the time you have right now? Because each second that ticks by is a chance to tap into the power of now to make every moment count. And remember, the time to start is always now. Time is a human construct, and it's often not our ally. This statement may seem paradoxical, but the truth is, our perception of time can often become a major obstacle in our lives. We've all been victims of the ticking clock, haven't we? We've all felt the pressure of deadlines, the anxiety of running out of time, the stress of too much to do and too little time to do it. The problem is, we're living in a time-bound reality. We're constantly chasing after time, trying to squeeze more out of every second, every minute, every hour. However, in doing so, we often end up wasting our precious present moments worrying about what has been or what will be. Think about it. How often do you find yourself dwelling on past mistakes, missed opportunities, or lost moments? Or conversely, how frequently do you catch yourself worrying about the future, about things that haven't even happened yet? This is where the illusion of time traps us. It keeps us stuck in the past or anxious about the future, preventing us from truly experiencing and embracing the present moment. But what if we could break free from these time constraints? What would happen if we stopped worrying about yesterday or tomorrow and started living in the now? The answer is, life would become much more productive and fulfilling. You see, when we focus on the present, we can fully engage with what's happening right now. We can give our full attention to our work, our relationships, our personal growth. We can enjoy the beauty of the moment, the joy of the now. And that's the real power of now. It's not about ignoring the past or neglecting the future. It's about acknowledging them, learning from them, and then letting them go. It's about recognizing that the only time we truly have is this very moment, and it's up to us to make the most of it. Remember, the past is gone, and the future is yet to come. All you have is now, make it count. Imagine a life where you are fully engaged, where you are not just surviving, but thriving. This is the power of living in the now, the third act of our journey. It's a simple concept, but its effects are profound. When we're fully present, we're not just existing, we're truly living, and the benefits are far-reaching. Firstly, living in the now can significantly boost your productivity. Imagine a day where you're not constantly worrying about what's next or dwelling on what's past. You're fully engaged in what you're doing at this very moment. This focus allows you to perform tasks with greater efficiency and quality, leading to improved outcomes in both your personal and professional life. Secondly, embracing the present moment can be a powerful tool for mental health. Anxiety often stems from worrying about the future, while depression can be rooted in regrets about the past. By focusing on the now, you're allowing yourself to break free from these cycles of negative thinking. You're giving your mind the gift of peace, the chance to breathe, and the space to heal. Finally, living in the now can lead to a greater sense of fulfillment and happiness. When you're fully engaged with the present, you're more likely to appreciate the beauty and richness of life. You're not just rushing through your days, you're savoring them. You're finding joy in the simple moments, the everyday miracles that we often overlook when we're caught up in the past or the future. So, how can you start living in the now? It starts with mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about acknowledging your thoughts and feelings as they occur, but not letting them control you. It's about grounding yourself in the here and now and truly experiencing each moment as it unfolds. Living in the now is not just about doing more, it's about being more. It's about being fully present, fully engaged, and fully alive. And that's a life worth living. You might be wondering, how do you embrace the power of now? Well, it's a journey that starts with a single step. The first step, mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment without judgment. This might sound simple in theory, but it can be rather challenging in practice. Start by paying attention to your breath, your thoughts, your feelings, without trying to change anything. Simply observe. Next, consider meditation. Meditation allows us to slow down and quiet the mind, creating a space for us to experience the present moment more fully. There are countless ways to meditate, from guided meditations to silent solo practices. Find what works for you and start with just a few minutes each day. Setting short-term goals is another effective way to bring your focus to the present. These goals can be as simple as deciding to go for a walk after dinner or as complex as completing a project at work. The key is to make sure these goals are achievable and require your attention now. This will help you to stay focused on the present moment, rather than getting lost in the past or the future. Now, embracing the power of now doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience and persistence. It's easy to get frustrated when progress seems slow or when old habits creep back in. But remember, every moment is a new opportunity to choose to be present. One last thing. It's important to be kind to yourself in this journey. If you find your mind wandering to the past or future, gently bring it back to the present without judgment. Remember, you're human and it's natural for our minds to wander. Remember, the journey to living in the now is a marathon, not a sprint. Start small, and with time, you'll see big changes. The power of now is within your grasp. All it takes is a step in the right direction. So what happens when you start living in the now? Imagine a life where anxiety and worry no longer hold sway, where each moment is savored, not squandered. This is the transformation that can occur when you embrace the power of now. Let's take a look at some real-life stories. There was a woman plagued by anxiety, living in a constant state of fear about the future. She started practicing mindfulness, consciously living in the present moment. This didn't make her problems disappear, but it gave her the strength to face them head-on, without the crippling fear of what-ifs. Today, she lives a life of peace and contentment, no longer held hostage by her worries. Or consider the man who felt stuck in a rut, constantly reliving past mistakes, unable to move forward. He too decided to live in the now. He learned to accept his past, to forgive himself and others. Freedom from the past gave him the courage to take steps towards a brighter future. He transformed from a person stuck in regret to a person actively shaping his own destiny. These stories may sound extraordinary, but they're not. The power of now is not a magic potion. It's a simple shift in perspective that can lead to profound changes. It's about realizing that the past is gone, the future is not guaranteed, and all we truly have is this present moment. When you choose to live in the now, you make peace with the past and let go of anxiety about the future. You start to appreciate the beauty of each moment, find joy in the simplest things, and develop a deeper connection with yourself and others. Living in the now is not about ignoring the past or the future. It's about acknowledging them, but not allowing them to steal your present. It's about making the most of the only moment you truly have, the now. The power of now is within you. It's time to seize the moment and make every second count.